Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pilot episode of Flashback 15. Basically, this will be a show that drops the 15th of every month, and its content will look at anything that came out between 1984 and Power of the Primes. So, with all that being said, guys, today we were looking specifically into the Beast era, and the actual figure himself is Tigerhawk, who himself is a Transmetal 2 Ultra Class. Now, one of the things about him being an Ultra Class is that these guys are kind of big. Let's take a look and see how he scales. Here he is with Deluxe Class Twinferno. So he's somewhere between a modern day Voyager and Leader Class, which I love that. That's awesome. Now, obviously, as you can tell, he has these nice looking machine guns right here, a little offset from his shoulders. As you'll see here in a second, you can actually have those flip around and become these missile launchers that you see sticking out the back here. He and the Transmetal 2 Megatron were actually meant to have a third mode, but like sort of through the process they just kind of gave up, where it's just a permeation of his beast mode. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So here is Tigerhawk's flight mode thing, if you want to call it that. Now, as I said, here's the missile launchers. One other thing is that in this mode, in kind of homage to the original Diaclone, these were actually supposed to have little people sitting in there like the Diaclone to represent Tigerhawk's binary spark. One last thing I do want to cover is that in addition to these, if you can see right here, on both wings you can have these things actually flip forward, and then you have another deal where you can fire off these missiles too. So, without further ado, let's look at this guy in his robot mode. And this is something you actually see on your way to robot mode. And if you can kind of see around the green, there's lots of little detail that's on there. I love that. That's awesome. There where the maximal symbol is, that's where Tigerhawk's binary spark is supposed to be. This is kind of a cool little detail that, you know, is concealed mostly in either mode, but at least you kind of get to appreciate it on your way to whichever mode you're going to. And so if you wanted to have Tigerhawk in this amazing, like, flared out, ultra powerful looking mode, you can do that. I much would rather preferred, like in the show, if his wings could have came out here. I've been all like, oh my god, that'd been awesome. But due to that spring feature, again, they're just going to snap forward. But say you don't like this wing configuration. Is there another? Even though they can't come straight out, I do like them more back at an angle, like in this position, which, to show you what that looks like, is basically his wings are at this kind of cocked back 90-degree position. Like usually they sit like that. You know, so I mean, this is my second favorite one, because it does kind of give it a little bit more of a slicker looking deal than like that full flared out look. See, and this one is what makes me feel closest to how he looked on the show, because it does make his wings feel a little bit wider, with them sitting more flush against the back. So with that being the case, you can notice that the cannons are actually now missing. The reason for that is actually you can detach the cannons, and in kind of making fun of his other hand in a weird way, you can go ahead and attach these and have him hold them like a big old double blaster, and there you can have that. I'm loving the chest detail with the gold maximal symbol, and also only Tigerhawk could probably rock really menacing looking orange eyes with a kicking green visor like that. Other than that, guys, to show you kind of how he scales, here he is with a Deluxe Class with Leader Class, and for good measure, Ultra Magnus. You can see how he kind of fits in. This is actually a pretty good scale as far as robot mode goes. In beast mode, not so much, but if you want to put him with Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus, you can have that. This has been the pilot episode of Flashback 15, and until next time, guys, we'll see you in another review.